This story is about an honest taxi driver Ramesh, who was famous throughout the city for his simplicity and honesty. Ramesh lived in a small town and his taxi was his source of livelihood. His family was not very big. He had a wife and 2 children. He used to support his family with the money he earned from his taxi. Ramesh believed that money earned honestly is the most valuable, no matter how little it is. Ramesh used to wake up early every morning and set out with his taxi. He would ferry passengers throughout the day and return home in the evening. His life was very simple, but he was always happy because he was satisfied with his work and felt proud of his hard work. The story of Ramesh's honesty started when one day a rich businessman took a ride in his taxi. That day brought a big turn in Ramesh's life. As he did every day, Ramesh was busy taking his customers to their destination. One afternoon, a reputed businessman boarded his taxi. The businessman was quite rich and famous. He had come to the city for a big business deal and was in a hurry. He asked Ramesh to accompany him to a big hotel. Ramesh, as usual, took the passenger to his destination comfortably and on time. On reaching the hotel, the businessman quickly got off and hurriedly went inside the hotel, but he forgot his bag in the taxi. Ramesh did not notice this at all and he moved ahead in search of his next passenger. A few hours later, when Ramesh was cleaning his taxi, he noticed a black leather bag lying on the back seat. He immediately picked up the bag and looked at it. The bag was quite heavy. When Ramesh opened the bag, he was shocked. Inside the bag, there were lakhs of rupees in cash, along with some important documents and papers related to the businessman's business. This amount was so huge that it was no less than a dream for a poor man like Ramesh. For a while, all the problems of his family flashed before Ramesh's eyes. He had no money for his children's education, the house had to be repaired, and his wife's health was also not good. If he had kept this money, his life could have changed. He could have sent his children to a good school, built a good house, and got his wife treated. But then he took a deep breath and listened to his conscience. Ramesh remembered the teachings of his father, who had always advised him to follow the path of honesty. He had said that honesty is the greatest asset, and by losing it, a person loses everything. Ramesh decided that he would not keep this money with himself, but would return it to the person to whom it belonged. Ramesh remembered that this bag might belong to the businessman whom he had left at the hotel. He immediately rushed to the hotel and asked the staff there about the businessman. The hotel staff told him that the businessman was still in the hotel and was very worried about his bag. He also thought of filing a complaint with the police, because the bag contained not only money but also some very important documents, the loss of which could have caused a big loss to his business deal. Without any delay, Ramesh went to the hotel reception and informed about the bag and said that he had found it in his taxi. The hotel staff immediately informed the businessman, and within a short time the businessman reached there. The businessman could not believe his eyes when he saw that Ramesh had returned his bag safely. The businessman opened the bag and found that everything inside was intact, not a single rupee was missing, nor was any document missing. He was very impressed by Ramesh's honesty. He thanked Ramesh and said, "Your honesty saved me from a huge loss." In today's time, where people cheat even for a small amount of money, you returned an amount of lakhs of rupees. I want to reward you for this. The merchant offered Ramesh a large sum of money as a reward, but Ramesh politely declined the offer. He said, "What one did was my duty. My parents have always taught me that nothing is better than honesty. One don't need any reward. I am happy that one returned your bag to you." The businessman was even more impressed by Ramesh's words. He insisted, "Due to your honesty, one have avoided such a huge loss. Please do not consider this a reward, consider it a gift from me to you and your family." Respecting the sentiment of the businessman, Ramesh finally accepted the amount, but he told the businessman that he would use this money for the education of his children, so that they too grow up to be honest and truthful people. The businessman promised Ramesh that he would help him in every possible way and also give him a big opportunity in his business. This incident spread throughout the city. Ramesh's honesty and truthfulness were cited as examples. People started seeing him as a source of inspiration. His honesty proved that no matter how difficult a person is in a situation, if he walks on the right path, he will definitely get the reward for it. This story of Ramesh's honesty teaches us that honesty is a person's greatest strength. Money or wealth is not the real identity of any person. Rather, his moral values and his deeds are his real identity. Ramesh proved that if a person sticks to his principles, then no power in the world can defeat him. Ramesh's life had become better than before. The businessman helped him with his children's education and also included Ramesh in his business. But the biggest thing was that Ramesh's honesty gave him a new identity in the society. People now considered him not just a taxi driver, but an example of honesty. This story is a proof that the path of honesty may be difficult, but it always has a happy ending. Like Ramesh, we should also follow the path of honesty and truth in our lives, because these are the values that bring us true success and satisfaction.